Hello everybody. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. And hey Prime Star, how you doing? So I will be all alone today, except for my little buddy here, Ears. As always, takes care of us, keeps us safe, and all that stuff. One thing I did notice though, let's actually stand up and we'll take Ears. I did notice that there's something wrong here. I think I need to shave that beard off, maybe. I don't know, what do you guys think? Shave the beard? On the island, we did something that got us a mohawk. So, Weefy has a mohawk on the island, but not here. We haven't done whatever that is that got us that. Anyway, so today it's going to be mainly around finding resources. We're cooking up a ton of metal, and we're going to be doing some raising babies today, I think, as well. We have the yutyrannus has laid a few eggs. We have some baby sabretooth, and we're going to try to get that line looking like we'd like it to look. And so actually the first thing we need to do is come out here and hey Sabrina, hi Dyson, hello Ann, and I know you want to be a moderator. If I knew how to do that, I would set you up as one, but such a thing is currently beyond my knowledge. I think I will take this and this. And you know what? I'm going to take half of that. We've run out of new taps. So we use one every time we come on the game and start a new session. So let's see. Where is that? Structures, pipes, metal. And there it is. So I need a bunch of wood now, right? Okay, let's go get a couple hundred wood. So how's everybody doing? Did you have a good weekend? We're trying some new latency settings to try to make things a little more real time here. What did you guys get up to? Was it barbecue or just hanging out at home or studying still? How did that go for everyone? And I will craft 12 of those. You can see we've made up a bunch of simple bullets, and the reason is that those go into making shotgun shells. So we need a number of those. Just studying. Yep. That's good. You guys are almost done for the year, and I think everybody's done a really good job so far from what I understand. So that's really great to hear. How about you, Prime Star? How was your weekend? Let's grab that, and now we will scoot back up. Yeah, so we have several thousand, we have to break that. Metal cooking up. And let's get that up there. Just let me get a drink. And so now we can fill up our canteens. Once again, that's just to take care of that glitch that we have. And now I will grab these two things, drop that, and we will repair this so it doesn't run out on us. On Scorched Earth, your generators are constantly being damaged. I guess that's to make the windmills make sense. So it's a game mechanic that we don't mind at all. It just means you have to stay up on that. So we have two power sources here. One is that right over there, and the other one is obviously right here. You can see the metal is cooking up there. So Dyson, yeah, and I don't think you are studying, special ops or otherwise. So I'm on Dyson's side on this one. So we have a lot of metal cooking up. Each of these metal pieces, well, it takes two of them to make one of these metal ingots. So you can kind of extrapolate from that how many we actually had to gather up. And it's cool because with the dinos we have, it was simply one trip over to those places on the other side of there. And so that's done. So we'll put that back. And let's see. Yeah, since Dyson is studying, I think that she's a little dubious of your claim, Anne. So we have these two fertilized yutyrannus eggs. So I think we'll hatch those guys up today. And we did some breeding, well, if you want to call it that. We had another baby over here. And once again, the offspring of these will pick one of the colors for each of their sections on their coloring. So you can see that there are a number of different sections. You have the red here, you have the blue, then you have these sections up here, which is darker, kind of a, and that's like a, wow, that's a super dark blue-green. And then I think up on top is even another color section. So it will select randomly from one of the parents and put it in each section for the baby. So we're trying to get these colors onto a baby. However, the first one, we got the blue, and then most of the other stuff was from the mother. This one, you'll notice it's a little bit different. And the reason is that it took the blue and it took this brown up here. If we take a closer look, though, you can see that it has a mutation. And the mutation was white coloring. And I think that each of those color mutations actually comes from... hi, Susie. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Each of the color mutations comes along with the random stat mutation. So one of the stats goes up. And I think this one actually mutated in stamina. I haven't taken a close look, but... so now we're looking at this and going, wow, that would be a cool color to get into the line as well. So we may end up with some interesting looking sabretooth here. But for now, let's just go and we're going to check out, make sure nobody's laying eggs. Because what happens is during the day, if these guys lay an egg, 5.5 minutes later, there's another one of them. And we already have enough in cryopods. We brought out all of the yutyrannus that we have. So there's another egg. We actually, that's not a fertilized egg, so that's just a normal egg. We cooked up between streams a huge amount of kibble. So I know I talked about doing that, so now we have 100 of these, and each of these different colors means it's of a different quality. This is obviously extraordinary kibble. It's the highest basic kibble. We have 100, we have 120 of the simple, and then reasonable amounts of the rest. So that's something that's really helpful. It helps with taming, or with raising the babies. So you'll see how, I mean, you guys have seen us raise the baby wyvern, how they want milk or a walk or a cuddle. It's a little bit more nuanced than that when it comes to all of the other babies that you can possibly get. So like when we start raising these yutyrannus babies, you'll see that because we're going to imprint them, they could ask for anything. It's completely random what they'll be asking us for. But now if we come over here and take a look at the hyenodon, you can see that Joy is just holding the spark powder that we need for the torches that we have, and Spot is actually just holding 2 eggs. And so these are the torches that we use that in. So we have a lot more space now. And it looks like Butterman had taken off on his horse. Let's try to park this horse again. There we go. Yeah, when I saw this horse out in the wild, I couldn't help but grab it. It was pretty high level, I believe, too. And Butterman just wants to pump movement speed so that he can run faster than anybody else. And here we're just pumping weight so that we can carry lots of stuff. And so I think what we're going to do is get all of the Lystrosaurus sparked up to start helping people with their experience points. Take one more look around, and then yeah, then I think we will have the yutyrannus do some more eggs. And let's see, what type of... I think you are the one that needs to have mating enabled. Is everybody cool? Yeah, okay, so they're mating. So in, let's see, in 90%, however long that takes, those guys will each lay another egg. And so we can do some sabers as well. And let's see, what other types of... Let's grab this egg before it hatches. So you can see that that's actually incubating. And it's down to 38 seconds. So in 38 seconds, we would have had another Morellatops there causing trouble. But instead, we'll put it in here. So we really just need to tame up those guys. We have some metal going. I guess we need to get some... Need to drink some water. We'll eat some food. We need to go and grab some wood. And we have a chainsaw here, 71%. Should be good enough. And let's go out here to get some. So we're going to cut up some wood, and I'm going to take the wood and throw it into that industrial forge up there. And you'll see why wood's not a problem anymore. We have super chainsaws that basically fill us up to the point that we can't carry anything else. And I did lose a chainsaw, though. I had one that was a lot stronger than this one, and I'm pretty sure I left all my stuff on one of the birds and picked it up with a cryopod, which means that it drops everything in its inventory except for its saddle. And so we would have left it out someplace and then walked away from it, and it despawned. But that's fine, because we get enough of these from the drops that it's not a problem. Let's see. You notice a lot of this has been cleared out. We did that while we were picking up stuff with the Anki. We needed... What was it that we were after? We picked up a bunch of narco berries to make narcotics for more trank darts, and we picked up... Oh, we needed a bunch of rare flowers. And so we picked up a bunch of rare flowers, which is something you get from these plants here. It's mainly the purple flowers that generate them, but they are rare, as their name says. And so we pretty much cleared this place out. All of these nodes will come back eventually. it doesn't take all that long for them to. But for now, it looks a little bit depleted if you look around. So we're going to take all of this wood, and you'll notice we're getting sap and we're getting thatch as well. All this wood is actually going to go into the industrial furnace, and it will become charcoal. So we didn't really do that much around here. Everybody kind of stayed put. The kids and my wife went shopping to get shoes and stuff like that. Butterman has been working on things for school. Dyson has been working on her assignments for school. So I guess school has kind of dominated the time and the topics here. Let's grab all these. So when you're first starting your ARK world, getting anything is a real pain. And one of the biggest advancements that you get that's actually important is when you get the industrial furnace, because it completely changes the game when it comes to cooking up metal and cooking up wood to make charcoal and stuff. It makes it happen so much more quickly. It's not even funny. So I'm gonna go park my bird here, and I'll take these things over to here for the sap. And we'll grab this. So, once again, this is kind of what goes on between streams, is all of the resource stuff. But thought it'd be fun to bring everybody on today so you could say hi, take a look at what we're working on, and hopefully see some cool babies come out of the process here. So as soon as I gather some of this up, I'm gonna move these. Then we'll get started on the baby raising. We'll start some spark powder there. Okay. So we need more spark powder for the jerky preserving bin. If it runs out, it stops preserving stuff and it stops making that. So Dyson is down to just French and pre-calculus, and says you don't like finals week, Susie? I'll just grab that. So we do have a little bit of news. We found that the new Minecraft version is going to drop on the 7th of June. And so I think what we'll do at that point in time is we'll set up a new SMP and start a new Minecraft world. And that way we'll be able to get on there and just start with all of the new stuff, not have to worry about, you know, going into different places on the map because they update the terrain generation and all that, which we have some stories about from the past. And yeah, Dyson will be joining us, so that'll be really cool. So we'll have all of us on there, and should be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, Ears won't be there, but maybe we'll find a new Ears on the Minecraft world, wherever that is. So in doing the kibble, one of the things that occurred to me is that I have to run a lot of places to get the stuff for it, and that we didn't used to have this part. Everything used to end right here along that line, which is actually, it's why this isn't painted. So everything that's not painted didn't used to be here. So I guess we should paint that at some point. And this was not supposed to be Lakers colors. That's actually blue, but it didn't come out that way. So maybe we'll we'll come up with a different color scheme that actually works. So if you have any ideas on colors we should use, go ahead and let us know. Yeah, Susie, those Minecraft streams should be pretty cool. We'll tell some stories about the old worlds we've had, because it started, once again, like ARK, we started back at the beginning. We started kind of back at the beginning with Minecraft as well. So we've had a number of worlds that have lived through lots and lots and lots of changes. But with this extra real estate back here, and we do have power running out here. If you look at these little yellow things, the cables in the ground, I can run power right to over here. And I'm thinking of putting some refrigerators and resource bins back here so that we can keep everything we need for the kibble and such in there. So we just have to go up here instead of running over there, then running all the way over to that place over there to get stuff. And it should be a lot easier. Let's see. So we've got that. We have metal. Stone is going to be the next thing that we need to get. We will need... what's that? We'll need stone. We'll need flint. We'll need tons of obsidian. Oh, and we have a level. And once again, this is a weight bird, so straight into weight. Oh, so these are the sabers that Butterman tamed up that time. They were very low level. I believe that Small Teeth was a 4, lowest level, and Big Teeth was an 8, second lowest level. And so, yeah. I'm not sure what he wants to do with that. Probably put them on aggressive and put them out in the wilderness, which basically means that they will chase and attack anything they find. We do have on the island, I think, some raptors that are set that way. And we put trackers on them so that we could keep track of their activities and stuff. But I'll leave those guys alone for now. I was like, hey, what are kitties doing here? And I think that before the new Minecraft stream, we'll probably do a stream on the current world, so you can get an idea of kind of how we play the game and the types of things we do there. So let's go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. We probably have 2 eggs over here now. Totally forgot we were doing that. And too cold to raise them up. That's good. So we do have a way to take care of that, and it'll be interesting to see the kind of coloring we get from those, because there's some blue and some orange and all of that in there. So we have 4 of those eggs that are fertilized, and I think I will get the sabers going again. And let's see. Enable mating. Okay, so they should be mating, and they are. So we'll give them privacy for a minute. And this was our first direwolf, I believe. And so now she makes a really good guard. She's killed more than one thing. Let's come in here. And let's see, these guys, how long until the next one? So it's 1 hour 9 minutes and 1 hour 18 minutes between, until they'll be able to have another egg. So in the meantime, let's see, why don't we go ahead and try to hatch one of these yutyrannus eggs. I guess we should wait for the mammals first, because we can't pick that up. That just has to end. So she'll start gestating as soon as they're done. So yeah, I would love to get this white into the line, because if you come and take a look, that, I mean, white and blue is cool, but we have Darth Kidius that seems to have black on black. Let's go ahead and yank that off. See, so this sabretooth has the same pattern, right? So there are stripes in there, you just can't see them. And we'd never seen one like this before. So it'd be interesting to get that in with the red or that in with the white. And that'd be pretty cool. But basically we want to get a line of super cats going so that we can not worry about things when we go into caves and stuff. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and step out here. And I will disable mating there. And now, so take a look at her belly. We'll come back in just a minute. And she won't look like that. Yeah, so we're pretty excited for the Minecraft stuff as well. Been playing that game off and on literally since the beginning. And here are more eggs. The sound effects. You know that the game designers were laughing as they were making the sound effects for this game. So with the metal and such, we'll be able to make more shotgun shells because we seem to go through them fairly quickly. And so if you look, starting to get a little bit bigger. And let's see, how much time? Okay, we've got 3 minutes. So I'm gonna go make a run up to the metal. And I'll grab 300. Looks like we have a yellow drop as well. Okay, so we'll need a bunch more gunpowder, which we've made a ton of. Grab some of those. Ammo. 100, 200, and 38. Good. So the horses are excited about something. So we have 1 minute 45 seconds left. I'd like to go out and do some desert crates as well at some point soon to see if we can get some better weapons and maybe some better armor. We did come up with a better chest piece of ghillie armor, but yeah. See, unfortunately this one came out as a boy, which means that we would have to get it back. We can't just breed the white into the line. We have to breed it into a female that we can breed into the line. So it's it can get a little bit complicated when you're trying to breed up the super dinos. And so you can see that she's starting to get close. And at this point, we're literally just working on colors. We want that color into a female, and then the female will take over and start breeding with the males of the stronger saberteeth. So these guys don't really help that much. You know, it would be cool to move that mutation over, but it's a 2 or 3 step process. Okay, so Any guesses on color? Are we gonna get a girl that's red like we want? Okay, so there we go. And let's see what we have. It's red. Oh man, if this is a female, it's perfect. And it's a boy. Yep. Okay. See about getting it to follow me over here. Okay. Yes, you're very cute. We love you. But you're not what we're looking for. See, if that had been a female, then we could go start, you know, with the process trying to go and get it into a super cat, and then a couple super cats, and we'll put that on there so you don't die. Yep, Dyson. No, it's a boy. Yes, you're a handsome boy. And that's the eating animation. So, okay. So we will leave this where it's at and disable mating. She probably has another 45 minutes or an hour before she can... Hour and a half. Cool. We're going to have a lot of these guys. We should just populate the entire map with red and blue sabers. But for now, what that means is we can go around and let's go raise up a yutyrannus. Do we have any yutyrannus saddles? Nope. And what do we need to make them? Silica pearls and ingots. And we must have enough for that. I think we should... Yeah, we'll worry about that in a minute. I'll go up and see if we have any blueprints and stuff like that to see if we can get some good ones. So the difference with these is we're not trying to breed colors into it, even though some cool mutations would be great. We're just trying to get powerful ones. And so we have this one that was a 116 over here, so one off the top. And then these that are both like 96s or something like that. So they're pretty powerful. And so anything that comes out of here, we're just going to imprint them and get them ready to help us with the boss fights. So it's a little bit of a different situation with these. And these are air conditioners. Great thing about what this does is it automatically sets this to the perfect conditions to hatch eggs, whatever type of egg you have. So each egg type needs a different environment in which to hatch. So we've got 5 minutes before we do that, and then we're going to go and gather up tons and tons of stuff to carry around because you never know what the baby's going to ask for. Could be anything. And let's see how the bees are. Yeah, we're going to have to clear this out soon. I think we'll make some sweet cakes because that will let us take care of snails, and we do have a lot of other dinos that just aren't out. For instance, we have these sheep that are in here, and they can give you wool. We have these guys that were used to actually get some of our high-end dinos. So there's some of the original ones. We do have some others that are in here. We had some thorny dragons that we used to carry wood around earlier, but we don't need those. And these were some of the ones that we initially tamed up. These guys are just hanging out because we don't have any place for them right now. You'll notice that there are more jerboa. New hires folder, we have some more jerboa. And like we said last time, I think this was a really high level raptor. And there was a Thylacaleo that we got. There's that sabretooth that we pulled out for Butterman. And actually, should probably take that guy out so we don't forget about him when we're doing the breeding. Because this one was really powerful. And we'll have to check out his stats versus Darth Kidius stats. Because I think he was really powerful. Has a bunch of levels just from sitting in the Pokeball. So 760 stamina, that's really good. I think this was really good too. Let's see, what do we have here? These will obviously be a lot higher. Yeah, so the stamina is better over there, so we want the stamina from that cat. And it's difficult to see what the originals were on here because we've pumped so many levels into that cat. So let's go check the egg. So, any guesses on this yutyrannus? Will it have a mutation? Will it have any type of cool color? Will it be a male or a female? I mean, frankly, a high-level female would be best, probably. So we've got 2 more minutes for that. One of the other things I think we need to do is actually, we should breed these two together so that we can get a super RG for Butterman. These are the parents of Cutie. So Red was level 120, I believe, that I found during the... so that's a wild tame. And Polly was a wild tame that was like a 116. So, yeah, they make very, very powerful babies. Let's go check this one more time. Minute 20 seconds. So, which will come first? The baby? Or... yeah, I'm pretty sure that baby's going to come first. So with these, there's a little bit more of a rush to get them tamed up. And there's actually only one thing that they can possibly ask for that we don't have, and that is prime fish meat. Maybe we can... I don't know how you would get it on this world. Okay, let's just run back over here real quick again. And so our objective will be to get that one going up. The reason that there's a little bit more of a rush is that you'll have to switch out, or I'll have to switch out what I have in my hotbar based on what it's asking for. Okay, last guesses? All right, and I will make this go to follow distance lowest and get it off of these. So let's bring the baby over here. Okay. Okay. You're super cute. And wants to go on a walk with me. Great. Guess we have to come over here and pick that egg up. Okay, so there's imprinting. 4%. Ouch. Stay put. Let me get this egg. Okay. Now we'll come back and cooked prime meat. So now I have to grab the cooked prime meat, put it here, and then I can feed the baby. So you'll see next time it'll ask for something arbitrary that we may or may not have, and that's kind of how it goes. So it looks like we have... Oh, wants a cuddle. Nice. Yeah, it looks like we picked up that cool orange burnt color from that mother there. No, stop pushing me. There's another cuddle. And let's see, imprinting is 15%. How's maturity going? I'm just wondering, yeah, we're going to be able to get it all the way imprinted. Regular kibble. So now you'll see why we have all those types of kibbles made. So it does help with taming things up. So you know, each dino will have a preferred kibble, but it's really for us all about the imprinting process. So each time I'm doing this, it's raising some of its stats. So it's getting stronger and stronger. Each time we... and now it wants tinto berries. Each time we do an imprint, it goes up a certain percentage, and that adds on to its max stats. So, you know, the biggest thing with this is we want it to be strong enough to take a punch, and then we want it to have a very high stamina. Because in the boss fights, so now we need superior kibble. In the boss fights, let's see, superior. We use yutyrannus to courage roar our guys. So the ones who are actually fighting. So we don't have them fight, we have them courage roar, which basically adds to the amount of damage that our guys do, and it decreases the amount of damage they take. So it's a really important, there's a cuddle, a really important part of the process. So we're up to 30%. And once again, this is a thing that on the settings we used to have, the normal settings, we would be doing this over the course of hours or days, right? So it would be like ages between these. And so we made it so that it doesn't take as long. Great. Because we don't have that type of time. But what it does do is if you only have, you know, 10 or 11 seconds between, it makes you hurry. Oh, more superior kibble. So now if you think about the amount of kibble that we have, and then think about taming up, you know, 20 Rexes, you can see why the kibble is such a big deal and why we need so much of it. Because these guys are, some of them are gluttons, and they'll just eat you out of house and home. Some just want cuddles. Some want to take walks. Some want one of everything. Some actually ask for prime fish meat, which we can't give them. So, exceptional kibble. So each of the different types of kibble is made from a different kind of egg. And it used to be, it used to be much worse because each, instead of having the 6 categories of kibble, it was, it would ask for a kibble specific to a certain dinosaur. I want Dilophosaurus kibble, or I want Mantis kibble, or I want Rex kibble, whatever it was, and it would be some random thing. So we actually on the island have all these different types of kibble because we have it all from before they made those changes to the game, which those changes were great, but once again it made you have to be really on the ball with stuff. So, and that was the same for taming as well. So if you were going to go after wow, this one likes walking. If you were going to go after Rex's. I think Rex's wanted Pulmonal Scorpius kibble or something like that. So they wanted a very specific one, not just this category of them. So you could have, you know, however many kinds of dinosaurs there are, that many types of kibbles that you would need to have on hand if you wanted to tame stuff. And there's another cuddle. And let's see, we're getting close. We're over 50% now. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of these with some mutations so we can cooked fish meat. So we can get some different looking guys. I do have to say that the yutyrannus that we have, they're all pretty similar. So it'd be cool to get a mutation on one of the babies and see what that ends up being like, because then once again we can kind of carry that on through the line by using that baby as one of the breeding dinos. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to have you hang out here for a second while I go grab this egg. Once again, this egg is not a fertilized egg. You can tell because it doesn't have that reddish glow around it. But I just didn't want it to... Okay, so it wants another walk. Didn't want it to sit over there and spoil. And those are the eggs that we generally use for making kibble. And it's great because the yutyrannus kibble makes the extraordinary kibble, the highest version of it. And so, yeah. So, question. What names do we think we should give these guys? We're going to have a bunch of cats coming out. We're going to have a bunch of yutyrannus. The Rexes and the Wyverns we basically just name after their job. But what about these guys? What about the Sabers? Are there any names that anybody has? Go ahead and shoot that into the... leave it in the comments maybe. So it's there and we can take a look later on. Cooked prime meat. Because like I said in one of the earlier streams, you really run out of names pretty quickly. So now we're up to 81% on the imprinting. So once this guy is fully imprinted, then we can do another one. And Azulberry. That would be... The berries are named after their colors. Susie, we already have a Bob. Fluffy, we do have a Fluffy on the island, I believe. I believe that's our yutyrannus there. Oh, we could go by DPI character names. DPI was the last D&D campaign that I ran for the guys. It was Damara Post Incursion is what it stood for. It was the second part to a... It followed up another campaign that actually followed up on a campaign from years and years previous too. So, yeah, there were, I don't know what, probably 9 characters to pull from in that. Jimmy. Okay, I don't think we have a Jimmy here. So, and a Cuddle. You're being very helpful, yutyrannus. Timmy. I'm not sure if we have a Timmy yet. Regular kibble. And this might be the last one. So regular kibble for us is harder to get than the high categories of kibble. If you notice, we have 33 of that, and we have a lot of these others, even the exceptional, which is a higher tier of kibble. We have way more, and that is 100% imprinted. So let's walk you over here, and we will park you here. Thank you for playing. Welcome to the family. They look so funny because their head is so big for their body. And basically this is just going to grow and grow and grow till it's same size as those guys over there. So let me go ahead and dump this stuff back in here. The reason we put it away is that the fastest way for something to spoil is to be on a survivor, which is what you are in this game. You're a survivor. So on one of the characters. Even on a dino, things will last for more time and all of that. And so this, I better turn these guys to disable mating. And Butterman will have to come on to raise up that hatch and raise up that RG, because we want it imprinted to him. Because then he'll get certain bonuses. I mean, if I did it, yeah, the stats would be raised up. But if you are the one who actually imprints the dino, then you get a bump on the attack and everything while you're riding them. So they get buffed. Okay, so this is the one, Polly and Red. They get buffed while you're riding them. So, I mean, you can do a lot more damage, for instance. Okay. Let's see, do you have a level? Yep. Hynodon, we just raise weight. Let's go take a look at the new kitty. Okay, everybody. That actually looks really cool. The red one in here has that super dark blue-green on it. This one I think looks even better with the burnt color on top there. Okay, so what's the consensus? What's the name for this guy? What about these guys over here? How about if we... Snow leopard? Sherbert. Okay, so this one is Sherbert. There we go. And what about this guy right here with the blue stripes? He looks really mean. Stripes. Got it. Okay. Let's see. How much longer? An hour. Yeah, we're not gonna we're not gonna be making any more baby sabretooth cats today, I don't believe. Let's see. Okay, chat. Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Which one? 1, 2, 3. Two. Okay. So when they added breeding to the game, I think every single player did this at least once. Pretty much the first thing that someone would do when they went to put an egg down is they would press E on the egg. And if you go in here, you can see that E is the command for consume. So if I hit E on this, it makes me eat it instead of dropping it. So they would go to use the egg rather than drop the egg like that. And so almost everybody that I have ever seen when they first started doing this they would eat the egg. And so then you just like, oh man, everybody would get upset, and then they'd have to go and get another egg, which would take forever, because you used to have your dinos on wandering, and it took ages between the times when they were able to mate and all of that. So kind of funny. There have been some nice changes in the game, and but everybody, I think, learned that the exact same way. Okay, so while we're waiting, we've got like 5 minutes. Let's level up Teal. So if we have 5 minutes, let's just look and see if there's anything going on around here. No drops. You know, the other thing we need to start raising up are Daedon. And those are these guys. So, yeah, actually we do have one. Is the Enforcer a boy or a girl? Let's see. Female. So, let's see if the other Daedon we have is a male. If it is, then we should probably start raising those guys up. For the same reason, they go with us on the boss runs. And if you get some good ones, then you want to make sure that you kind of protect that line, so that you don't have to go out and find good ones again. You can always just read them up. Is that? Yeah, Piggy. And Piggy is a girl as well. So we need a male Daedon. Maybe that's something we can do in just a bit after we raise another one of these guys. Cool. If you're wondering why I don't do more than one egg at a time, it's because we've done it in the past and gotten triplets in one egg and twins in the other egg. Raising up 5 dinos at the same time, especially giant ones like this, is a disaster. It's it's not fun. The one thing you can do now, though, is you can cryopod them and stop the maturation. So you can kind of freeze them and then do them one at a time, but you know, I'll do that if we end up getting probably more than just a couple here. The Rexes, yeah, I believe it was Rexes that happened with. The more dinos, the better. Susie, maybe next time we'll do a stream on the island, and you can see what more dinos looks like. The base is several times this size and has different levels and everything, and there are so many dinos there. Our Rexes are all super boss Rexes. They're made for fighting, you know, the bosses on the island, and they have numbers instead of names because there are so many of them. Let's see what we've got going on. Okay, let me take you. I'll go park my bird. You'll notice that Butterman's bird, Argentabicus, is a wizard. So, he's apparently an angry wizard. These birds look so mean. They just always look like they disapprove of whatever you're doing at the time. We'll go check the egg. Oh, this guy's got to be getting close. 36 seconds, and you're still a baby. So this is now an adolescent, but... Very cute. To give you guys an idea, these guys are pretty big, even as babies. I think that this dude, he's not the biggest you can make your character in the game, but I believe he's fairly close. And yeah, some of these guys are just enormous. Okay, here we go. And that's a level 157. This one may have... let's go this way. Looks like it has a cool blue stripe. And wants a cuddle. Good. So stay here. I didn't go pick this stuff up first. Apparently my guy wants some water. Okay. Cooked prime meat. Let's see. Cooked prime meat. Alright. So, let's see. This health is really high. Stamina's really good. Yeah, this is going to be a good dino. Wants a cuddle? Yeah, look at that. That's the blue markings from that one we got the other day. Another cuddle? So one of the other things that you have to do is, even after they're fully grown, we kind of put them in the cryopods, but they'll just passively gain levels that way. And then you can put those into the stats, but you end up putting a bunch into, especially the Rexes, who are going to be the actual fighters. More dinos. Yeah, Susie, we'll definitely do that next time. And Dyson, I don't understand the little gnome wizard looking guy. Oh, he's a wizard. Got it. You'll see these red marks on this guy's face. That's because it has a maximum health of 8,200, and it only has 1,200 now, right? Because it's a baby. And so until that goes all the way up, then, let's see, prime meat jerky, right? So you have to have all these weird different things that it could ask for. Until the health is all the way up, it will be injured. But when you, say, have a bunch of Rexes and you increase their health to 30,000 or 40,000 health, then, let's see, go for a walk. It takes quite a while to get that much food into them so they can heal that much. So, you know, you have to do that. You also have to take them out. Generally, we go out hunting and let them level up by, like, killing death worms and things like that. So, you know, when you have large amounts of these types of creatures, it takes a while to get your army ready. Yeah, let's see. Another walk. That's good. This is an inexpensive child. And you can see that when the imprinting thing goes up 4%, that means that the wants care timer restarts, and so I come back to see what's going on there. And that one wants a cuddle. Yeah, so it looks like we have it on 14 seconds between, instead of, you know, 2 hours or whatever it would be. Another one. Hopefully we have enough runway. Good. Let's actually do this. buddies. Cooked fish meat. So imagine this if you had 30 different types of kibble as well. We actually have a an entire building. It's a little building, but it's a building nonetheless on the island that was dedicated to holding all the stuff that we needed to imprint. But on the island, there are more dinos. So there are tons of dinos that you don't see here, but there are no wyverns. So the wyvern was a new dino when they made Scorched Earth. So I remember being really excited, everybody being excited to go and begin taming those up. Well, especially since you don't really tame them up. You steal their eggs. Sounds horrible, I know. But they end up having a much better life with us. At least that's what we tell ourselves. Let's see how close we are. 59%. So maybe after this we'll go look for a Daedon and look at that. One little blue feather right in the middle. Prime meat jerky. And like I said, this red, this isn't coloring, that's actually injuries from needing to gain health. And they gain the health by eating. So let's see, basic kibble. That's good. We have 100 of those. Which means that when you start breeding up lots of carnivores like this, they just decimate your feeding trough. So if you're wondering why we have so many here and why we put so much meat in them and all of that, it's because of the babies. It's not actually because of the adult dinos. And they are so fast. So are those, question chat, are those emojis cooked prime fish meat? So this is the one thing we don't have, and there's only one thing I can do about it, is I need to pick him up. And when I toss him out of the cryopod, he will want something else. So it's a little cheaty, but I'm going to have to see if there's a way to actually get... Basic kibble. Cool. To get 74% prime fish meat on here. There used to be a trick to be able to get it from lots of different types of things. But there's no ocean here. So normally you would go out there and, like, you know, kill something big. But I need to tell you to follow me. But that's not the way it is on Scorched Earth. But those emojis on there, the dinos and all that, is that part of the YouTube chat, or is that something else? I honestly don't think I've ever been in a YouTube chat from the other end. Just the ones from here. YouTube calls them emotes. Just a phone emoji. Okay, cool. I remember back in the day when people first started doing that, they weren't little pictures. They were, you know, the little ASCII characters to make a smile or whatever. And I think the first one that was done was a smile. And so it was called, the whole category was called Smileys. So it's come a long way since then. Maybe we should become an internet history channel. Wants to go for a walk. Could tell some stories. There we go. Oh, and this one's a boy as well. So any that are female, yeah, lots of smileys. Cooked prime fish meat. I can't get it for you. So, if you remember what the issue is, if I throw them down now, I still have that cooldown down at the lower right-hand side. And so, it would show up and be with cryosickness, so I wouldn't be able to imprint. All right, so that's something just to watch out for when you're using that trick to kind of reset what they want. And looks like we just need one more. And then we'll go fly around looking for Daodon. I'll check the troughs first, though. Cooked meat jerky. And that's just this one. Boom. So that should be it. 100%. Great. So, told him to stop following me. Let's just check and make sure we have enough meat here. You can see how much this has gone down, actually. And over here, this is probably decimated. It just depends on the one that they happen to get attached to, because there are multiple in the area. Yeah. Okay, they're not doing that much to him, because they all seem to be on 27s. But let's go ahead and put this away. What's that? That's this. We need to make some mind wipe tonics, which let you reset your stats. So it'll basically take all my levels out of my stats, and then I can reallocate them, and I'll reallocate them to crafting skill so that I can make some important items on the blueprints. And then once we do that, I take another one and put my stats back to the way they are here. And let's see. If you heard that, that is ears trying to tell us something. So we'll take a look at his body language. And that might be a sandstorm. Yeah, that very well may be a sandstorm. If that's the case, like I've said in the past, that sandstorm is basically where you stop playing the game for 10 minutes for it to pass. Which means that... yeah, if you look, they'll all be going berserk in here. Need to find a better way to have them. I would like to go up, please. These guys will be going nuts. So, if anybody has a good idea of what to do with 45 Jerboa, let me know. We want them to be around so we can see them, but, yeah. So I'm gonna run up here. Let's get some water. So you can see the wood is turned into this. Still have some to go, but I will just leave that in there. That should be more than enough gasoline, so it doesn't just burn through this gasoline by staying on. And let's... by the way, gasoline is made from oil and hide. That's why that hide's in there. That was sad. So in a minute we'll see what type of problem this actually is. And let's see. Okay, so let me take these guys down. We put our ammo and stuff in here so that everybody has access to it. And that sounds like a sandstorm to me. Yep. Okay, so doesn't look so bad, right? Now watch. If you'll notice, as I stand out here, the little lightning bolt on the side is going down. And that is my stamina. So eventually, by being out here, you and your dino become tired. And I will stop you guys. Behavior, disable mating. So that they don't create stuff here. So if you see that little tired guy, that's because my guy is exhausted. And so now I've gone what it considers back inside. But inside you can go ahead and do stuff. Outside, if I was flying along, you know, my dude would get super, super slow. And not cool. Especially if you're fighting something. It gets bad quickly. So there's that. But for now, I think I can make it up here. Yeah, I won't be able to jump off, but at least I can start bringing this stuff down. Make a house for them, or some shelves. So, here's the problem with Jerboa. If I want to pick this Jerboa up and put him somewhere, this is how you do it. See, and they bounce off of stuff. So, trying to get these guys on anything is like an impossible task. Even that, I was trying to throw it in front of the thing. I've tried them with cryopods. It probably took me 20 minutes to get these guys on these tables here. So, let's see. There. And they always do that little 2-hop afterwards as well. So if you notice, when I put ears away at night, he always goes to a weird place. That's why. And since we're going to go out and do stuff, I'm going to put his super helmet on. So, I mean, the only thing I can think is maybe making one of these tables 3 wide or something, and then it wouldn't matter, and I could come up on it and get them to follow me a little bit. But okay, so Dyson's calling me out. Yeah, I remember when you threw your monkey out the window. And Susie's wondering what the monkey did to me. So, on the island, when we go there, I'll actually show you what happened. They had just put monkeys in the game. And so, or Mesopithecus, or whatever the name is for them. And so I went out, tamed one. I brought him home, put socks on him, named him Sock Monkey. And in my dude's bedroom, there is a window that was open. A little tiny one. One like this. Like that big. Right over there. Like that big of a window. And went to toss him down like I do all the shoulder pets. That's how you get them off. And he flew out the window, which there was a big drop off of that place. And so we're like, oh no. But they don't take fall damage, so he didn't get injured. But yeah. So that's what they're talking about. It was kind of funny because everybody was running down, you know, to the area below to make sure he was okay. He didn't care. So, hopefully by the time we get done with this storm will be done. Yeah, that's about all I can carry. One other thing you'll notice is as I'm standing in the sandstorm, I am collecting sand. There, just went up one. Yeah. And we're super slow because we are still winded from the storm. Yep, he survived, and I actually ended up making Sock Monkey a little house with his friends that are in there. I think he lives with some dodos and some compies and really and stuff like that. So he has a good life. Oh, good. And the storm's done. So now we'll just run these things here. Drop that sand. Drop the spoiled meat. Yeah, there's some sounds on here that I don't know which animal they're attached to. Like that scream that just came through. I have no idea. Wondering if that's a vulture or if it's a pegomastix or what. We need to find out something to do with some of these rooms we have in here that we've never filled out. Usually when you make a base in ARK, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this in like Minecraft. You go, okay, cool, this is a good layout. Yeah, this will be, you know, the 3rd level and all that stuff. And then it's like, okay, well, what do you end up doing with it? Well, it's just a pass through to get to the next level up there. So we should put something here. Maybe we can have the Council of Jerboa or something in there. Have a bunch of them up here. So if you have any advice or suggestions on that side. Okay, Susie, thanks for joining. Have a great evening. Good luck at school. If you have any advice on what to put in there, let me know. Maybe we'll make up some paintings and stuff like that. You know what? I think that is enough carrying of metal for today. Okay, so they're all good. These guys are all good. Is that a parasaur egg? You know, sidearm is a great defender, except he gets stuck everywhere. So, I don't know what to do about that. Let's see, let's put this back on. Streak. There's that. We'll fill up our water again. Okay. And if I was to go get a dead on, what would I fly around on? I would fly around on... that one is probably best. Let's see what we have as far as ammo. 39, that's more than enough. Okay. Let's go on... Magenta's tougher. Dropship is stronger. Just in case we find other stuff. Oh, there's a red drop. Make cubicles for all of the Jerboa. Give them a desk. Just build a giant cube farm. That might be funny. Okay, we will take that, take that, take that, and get rid of the rest of this. Okay. And this I just wanted to drink from and then drop it. And now I'm happy that we brought this dino. We do have to tame up a rock golem at some point. It's always harder to tame at night. But we'll see what we can do. See, there are usually some Daedon over here. We'll see what we can find. There's a Rex. These guys are fighting something. Direwolf. Let's see, how many experience points? Not very high level, still. So let's go kill that Rex. Oh, and here's some mantis. See, anybody see where that Rex went? There it is. Let's see what level first. And there's a rock elemental. 16. Sorry, it's over for you. There we go. Yeah, that elemental's mad now. So Daedon are usually... Okay, watch this. He's gonna come up here, start throwing stuff at me. Always watch your stamina. Excuse me. Tried to get the emergency mute on, but did not succeed. So Daedon usually hang out... Oh, here's another Rex. On the edge of the desert. And... level 4. And, on these kind of, outer areas. What's that, dude? Level 12 saber. So we'll fly around here and just see. They're pretty easy to spot because of the way they move. In fact, most of the animals on this game, it's more the way they move than the body shape that gives them away. So like if we come over here, you can see the dire wolf there. The dead on level 36. Sorry, that's not good enough. So if you see that red glow, it's healing itself. And that's the special thing about these guys is if they're on your team, you can set them to heal, and they will basically use their food to heal. So they level 100 Morellatops. And so when you take them to these boss runs, they'll be healing up your fighters like your Rexes or your Therizinosaurus, whatever you have set to be your guys that are actually doing the fighting. It'll be healing them up the entire time. And it takes a massive amount of food to do it, but, you know, it's better than having a bunch of guys die every time you go fight a boss. So we want some that are high level so that we can get them with high food and start breeding them like we have the other guys. So I think as we go over this way, we get into where some of the higher level ones are. And so we'll look around for a few minutes and then I think run back to base. And while we're here, we will check these guys out. We do not need any of those blueprints. Okay, there's some more mantis. I know around the other side of this, there are usually some spots where they spawn. That looks like a terror bird over there attacking something. I realize it's pretty dark on the screen. I think it's a bit darker for you guys than it is for me, but this is part of being out at night. It makes it a little bit harder doing things. So some people play with the gamma and all that, and I get why they do it, but I don't tend to do that. I just kind of deal with it being dark. Okay, so we should have some over this way. We usually do. And they're usually Caprasuchus down here, which are little alligator or crocodile things that are pretty cool. They jump and can grab stuff. We just have not found any... Oh, there's a red drop over there. We have not found any good ones on this world yet. So I think we have one on the island. You know what? I'm going to fly over to that. So, yeah. Thank you, Dyson, for the bless you. This is what it looks like flying around at night. The best we can hope for is that at night there's a superheat, because apparently the Phoenix is easier to find when that's happening, because they glow. And hopefully we'll make it over to this drop in time. I think we will. Oh, and it has a ring. So it's either going to be really good or really disappointing. But you never know what you're going to get, and that's part of the fun. Let's see. A saddle we don't need, but we'll go in the grinder. Another one of these. A homing missile. That's good. And there's that, and these are all blueprints of things that we either already have or have better things than. So that was good. We'll be able to get some metal and stuff out of that. And let's see, we'll take one last quick look over here. See if we see any Daedon down here. Usually there are some down in these kinds of areas as well. Let's see. One of the telltale things that you do is you look for creatures that are running from something. And that'll tell you that there's like a terror bird or a raptor or a Daedon or something over that way as well. You have two Ankies over there. So they've probably cleared out anything that's in this area because they're pretty tough. And I do know that there's a place where usually there are a ton of them over past here. So we'll just check that and then head on back. It's really kind of peaceful with the wind and the night and the kind of soft lights from the drops. I think the guys who did the visuals for this game did a really good job. Pachyrhinosaurus. They are similar to a Triceratops, and they do not exist on this map. Once again, I think we have one or two of them on the island. So definitely I think the next stream should be from the island, and we can kind of show you what's going on over there. And we do have some bosses that we need to finish off there. We have some caves. There are many, many more caves on that world than there are here. Here there are only 3 plus the boss. There are a ton of caves and 3 bosses. And then this final cave called the Tech Cave, which is the way you ascend. And let's see. It's usually some here. What have we got? That sound, I believe, was those thorny dragons down there. There's a place where drops come down over here, and almost every time I go to that drop site to pick something up, there are like 4 Daedon just sitting there waiting. Hey, what's that? There's a saber. Level 16, level 28. Let's see if there's a if I've been here for this explorer note yet. At ruins, you find explorer notes. They give you information on the game and all that, but they also give you a little XP boost. And I think that's it right over there. It's just a matter of getting your guy to walk on top of them. So maybe that wasn't it. So I'm just walking around trying to see if I can happen upon its location. It's entirely possible I've been here before, which means I won't be able to open it because it's already opened. So I'll just remember this spot and come back on something during the day. Okay, so not seeing any over here. Let's look down in this gully here. There are usually some. Okay, I see stuff wandering around over there. And I see stuff being chased. Okay, so there's 2 Daedon and 3 Terrorbirds chasing a kangaroo. Daedon level 4. Daedon level 20. Okay. Well, there are 3. 4, 20, 32. That'll get his friends to come after me. And once again, we'll just kill these guys to clear them out for new spawns. And hopefully we'll get some higher level ones. Okay. So there's that, and I think at this point it makes more sense just to go and pick up this, head on back, and maybe we'll make a real trip of it next time, trying to find these guys. Probably should have done it earlier in the game as well. So Titanoboa. Thorny dragons. You know what I haven't seen in a long time is Titanosaur. It's this absolutely massive creature. So big. Sorry. Emergency sneeze mute. So big that it has to fall from the sky. And we had one right here. And I tried to get rid of it. Wasn't entirely successful, but I drove it off a little bit, and because it would come up next to our buildings, which are right up on that plateau there, and so it's like, okay, well, we have to kill this thing. So we made all of these grenades and everything to go after it, you know, the RPGs and all of that. And as soon as we got everything together, it despawned. And so haven't seen one since then. So maybe that's a bit of a glitch as well, not being able to get that to spawn in. For now, I'm just gonna grab these things. Yeah, I'll grab all that stuff later. And so we will run through here. Take this up to the top. Is there anything I needed to leave down here? Yes. So if you take a look at all of these missiles and these RPG launchers, that's what we had made to go take care of that thing. And so it pieced out. Put that in there. put that one in there, and since I am going there, I will grab that windmill, grab these two things. I'll grab this laser sight. And these are all things to take up to the grinder. So you can see it doesn't take that long to get enough stuff to grind up. We'll go ahead and put this stuff in here. We already have those. Put those two in there. These. We already have a really good one of those. Yeah, we're going to have to do a rock golem at some point soon. You have to basically hit them in the head a bunch of times with either cannonballs or missiles. And it's not easy to do. They're super tough. And so it can be a challenge to get those guys. But that's what makes it fun. And we haven't tamed one before. So that'll be a cool little adventure to go on. Let me grab that. And I will throw you in there. Now we do have a bunch of organic polymer, so I should probably find some things that take polymer to build, because that stuff does spoil. And it's coming down here for something. Oh, I have to put the new tent away. There's that. The tents help you while you're out in the middle of the world, and there is a sandstorm. So that's basically the only way you can get away with it. Or if there's a superheat and you don't have the type of ghillie armor that we do and all of that. But I think that this has been fun for today. And I want to thank you guys once again for joining us and, you know, humoring us as we go on this adventure together. Next time we will be on the island. So, you know, that'll be probably in a few days or so. And then once again, you know, be sure to watch out for the stream that we will be doing to introduce the new Minecraft version. That should be really, really cool. And that one, Dyson will join. So, you know, we'll have more there. We'll set it up as a SMP and all of that. And it'll be a brand new world with lots of stuff that we don't know what is. But before then, we'll also kind of take you for a little tour on the world that we're running right now. And maybe we'll, at some point, do one on the original world that we started with back in the Dark Ages. It's an interesting thing to take a look at because it's very spread out because of the number of times they changed the terrain generation and we didn't update the world. So, yeah, we look forward to doing that. And for now, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I think this is the last week of school for a lot of people and getting ready for university for others. So, you know, we wish you guys all the best. And, yeah, we want to make sure you go ahead and let your friends know, especially if they like Minecraft coming up, if they like different types of games. And then, as I said, we're going to work on the next week or so on the Instagram so you can see some of the D&D stuff that we've done in the past, get you up to speed there. And then we'll be doing hopefully some more unique tabletop role-playing game streams at some point in the future. But thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And bye for now.